So I've been focused on water lately and making sure all the water tanks are filled and everything. We're going to have a little bit of a busy season here coming up, and I went to check on one of our larger tanks for the bees, and we had tadpoles that were dead. A lot of them just on the surface, flopping all around. And so if you were to do, to research that, you find out that what happens is there's a sudden algae bloom, depriving them of oxygen. Poor little things. So what I'm going to do, or what we've done, is we've drained the tank mostly. I have some fish in there that are okay, thank goodness, some goldfish, and to eat mosquito larvae and stuff like that. So I'm just going to create an oxygenator type situation just by pulling the hose out that fills the tank. And then I need to set, we're just having abnormal temperatures, and I need to set the temperature, the schedule to check on it more frequently. Look at that sun. Oh gosh. We woke up to 38 degrees, but as you can see, back up to being warm today. And warm weather continues again next week. It's almost getting to the end of October. So I have actually 3 goldfish. I'm missing one. And I'm going to set it to where the water creates more bubbles. Okay, definitely creating more bubbles. As you can see, the goldfish are going to it. They're definitely enjoying it. I think we caught it at the right time. Okay, so with our water issue that we have going on, I'm gonna ask Dan. I bought this a long time ago and I hadn't used it. It's a solar powered fountain pump. Not sure if this will work. Anyway, we need to aerate that tank for the bees. And it's like 750 gallons, I believe. And we need to definitely add oxygen so that it doesn't get that algae bloom in the future. This is the second year that it's happened. What other, like to put in some snails or algae eaters or something. Also aerate it so that it gets more oxygen. Things like that. We have multiple tanks for the bees, and so this is really important to have this above ground water storage for them, because a hive during like the heat of summer, an average hive can go through 1 to 2 gallons of water a day. That's a lot of water storage that I would have to have available. So by having it in the tanks, topped off at all times, being prepared and ready for that kind of situation, that's one of my water issues right now, is to make sure that we don't have an algae bloom in the future. So I've tried this straw, I think it's barley straw or something, and I submerged it in there. I didn't have that do anything. I don't know if I did something wrong, but it did not work. So I don't know. It did not assist with the green algae. Some other people are saying that that works in water tanks. Maybe I didn't put enough bales of the little straw in there for the size of the tank. I don't know. If you have any ideas, I'm all ears. Put them below. So yeah, next project. Okay, so here is another tip that I do for those of you that are outdoors a lot. I take extra jackets. I put them in the large 2-gallon bags, and I keep them in the trucks. Every truck has an extra jacket in the bag. Not only does it keep it clean, but it also serves as an emergency bag in case you need one. Aren't you pretty, huh? Aren't you pretty? Hey, big boy. Are those your ladies, huh? Ouch. That's not funny. My toenail that fell off from being smashed by a manhole cover during a bee removal is growing back, but it's not pretty. And it looks like, it's very painful, and it looks like the new nail might fall off. And a chicken just poked it. She pecked it. I want to cry. It really hurts. Ouch. That's what I get for wearing open-toed shoes into the chicken coop. Okay, huh, Bear? Yodi Padodi, you got the good eggs, huh? You got some good eggs? Okay, so you ever have like a gazillion and one things that you need to do and only enough time maybe to do 2 or 3 of them in a day? That's where I'm at. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm trying to get caught up, and literally in the wash machine right now is the last load from the hamper, where I will be able to see the very bottom of it for the first time since before spring. That is seriously how busy I have been with this note added. I don't have a dryer, so I don't do laundry at night. I guess I could have hung it up at night on the wash line with a light. However, when it's windy, I don't hang up clothes either, because our wash line is kind of delicate. It's really old, very unique, beautiful, and pleasant to look at for a wash line, being set up with really antique insulators and things like that, and made to look like an old telephone line. But that also means that I can't do laundry when it's windy. No dryer, can't do laundry when it's windy. That rules out a lot of days when I have the time to do laundry. So I am just so happy right now. That's the last load, and I am so excited. Oh, so laundry almost caught up. We had to go turn the generator on for the well last night because the solar system does not seem to be operating our solar water pump. So we are going to be testing that this morning to see if the solar pads are what's wrong with the solar pads. So lots of things happening. I did go on our Etsy store and added a bunch of new things because I had some sales this week. Awesome. Thank you all. If you're watching and you're one of the people that made a purchase, thank you so much. That really helps us with a lot of the projects that we have going on around here. So I bless you. Thanks. Okay, so we were up on top of one of the cargo containers that holds the solar system for the well, the pump well. And so what we found was Dan has not been doing the maintenance on them, and they were extremely dirty, which was likely causing a huge, Ryan said up to 30% electric loss on that. Not only that, but we have gone into like the winter solstice and basically less light in the day. The days are shorter. Ask my chickens. They're producing less eggs. The days are shorter. But on top of that, what happens with the shorter days, we're getting less pumping of our water. At the same time, we're experiencing 90 degrees here in late mid-October and no rain. We haven't seen rain in a long time. And so with that said, we've been using a lot of water. The animals have been using water. The bees have been using water. We've been using water. I'm finally getting caught up with my laundry. My plants are using water. So it's not keeping up with us. So he got those washed off and he lifted the panels up because they were laying flat. Just a stupid design. So I know why it was done. It was done so that originally nobody would shoot the solar panels. But we're here and it was, that should have been fixed within the first, I'm a little frustrated. So it was just a poor design by the previous owner. So the next thing that we're doing is we made a 12-volt extension cord for the generator so that we can use the 12-volt extension cord to the RV, the guest house, without even needing a 12-volt battery. But this 12-volt extension cord will also charge the 12-volt battery. So we can leave the battery in there for backup so that when the generator's not on, people can have running water and lights. Or we can pull the battery completely out and we can still run the pump and the lights on 12 volt by utilizing our generator. And so I'll show you what we're plugging in. So this 12 volt DC power. So we're plugging in here, and then you probably can't see with all of the things, but we have alligator clips down here that go to the negative and positive, either on the battery or just directly onto the cables. And this all needs to be cleaned up. We're going to be digging a 6-inch trench from the generator system over to here and burying this underground because it is hardwire. And I've got it, Ryan told me to keep it straight, but I couldn't do that because I'm so worried the puppies chew things like this. So right now it's like this. We just need to get it buried as fast as possible. A couple other problems that we know that we have and that we've discussed in the past with, so we had this guy that does water out, an actual professional, and to give us a quote. And he needed us to put in electric. And that was like something, well, that wasn't going to be happening anytime soon. So that he could put in a pressure system because we are literally just operating on gravity feed. So he wanted us to put in electric power outlet for him. And he wanted Dan to go and dig a trench from the holding tank all the way back around to where the pressure system is going to be down by the well. Because, again, the previous owner just didn't do it right. He put one line in from the well all the way up to the holding system, and the water is fighting itself. So it's really hard on the solar pump. We've already burned one pump up because of that. So there's like some really huge issues with our water system. So we're going to take you along on fixing that. Maybe you can do things the right way instead of the way this place has been done. Because literally it's just all screwed up. So we're slowly fixing it, but we finally found somebody who's got a mind that can like think outside the box. And that's really, really what we were looking for. The other thing is while Ryan was up overlooking the checking the solar pads, he noticed that tank that is for our outside shower and as an emergency backup is bowing the cargo container. The weight of that tank is too much because nobody put in any type of like it really needs like some metal bars. It needs something to go across the structure of the frame of the cargo container and not just be sitting on the flimsy roof of it. So it's made the roof bow. The roof is holding water, and I had showed that in a picture before. So the water issue is huge, and water issue is number one in Arizona, southern Arizona. No water, no rainfall. And we have to figure out a lot more ways to be able to have water security for our future on a budget.